We are closing in on the most important election in my lifetime. Early voting has already started across the country. Yeah, that's right. I voted. I stood in line for over an hour yesterday. I was overcome with optimism by the large turnout of people. I personally live in a dark blue county in a reddish purple state, and yet the conservative turnout online was really well represented. What amazes me is how many undecided people there still are out there. I mean, I get it. So many people have busy lives and don't pay a lot of attention to politics, especially since the powers that be have made the process so ugly and divisive. So I understand that a lot of people just tune out. But here we are, and the undecided folks, especially in a few of these swing states, are probably going to decide this whole election. This highlights why it's not only so important for you to vote, but to take people with you. You need to engage, you need to push, you need to encourage everyone to vote. And if necessary, you need to educate. We pretty much already know what we get with Trump. A thriving economy, no new wars, a manageable immigration policy, and a United States that's energy independent. With Harris-Biden, we've had the opposite of that for almost 4 years. Runaway inflation, higher prices across the board, wars across the globe, the looming threat of World War III, and the possibility of a nuclear holocaust. With Harris-Biden, our borders are practically wide open, and human trafficking has expanded. And our energy costs are also out of control as we have lost our energy independence. So with a Harris presidency, we would just get 4 more years of this.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been, you know?
But don't take my word for it. In this series, I'm going to bring you Kamala Harris in her own words. Let her tell you who she is. This is going to be Kamala Harris in her own words. So today, let's start with Kamala Harris on energy policy.
So would you ban offshore drilling?
Yes. And I've, again, worked on that. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yeah, and starting with what we can do on day one around public lands, right? And then there has to be legislation. But yes, and this is something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue. And to your point, we have to just acknowledge that the residual impact of fracking is enormous in terms of the impact on the health and safety of communities. Yeah, so thank you.
It's especially true when it comes to the climate crisis, which is why we will work together and continue to work together to address these issues, to tackle these challenges, and to work together as we continue to work operating from the new norms, rules, and agreements that we will convene to work together on to galvanize global action. With that, I thank you all. This is a matter of urgent priority for all of us, and I know we will work on this together.
I am prepared to get rid of the filibuster to pass a Green New Deal.
She's got a whole lot of hot button issues that we could touch on. But what's the first thing we need to do to give us all some relief?
Well, let me start by saying this. Climate change is the single greatest threat facing our world today. That's why I am committed to passing a Green New Deal, creating clean jobs, and finally putting an end to fracking once and for all.
Mama Kamala just don't give a frack.
The solution for voters who have jobs and interests in the fossil fuel industry.
Well, for the workers in that industry, we have to, we have to encourage that those industries do better in terms of giving the workers an ability to transition into the jobs of the future, such as renewable energy.
So let's get this straight. Under a Harris administration, we would not be energy independent again like we were under Trump. If elected, she will ban offshore drilling and she will ban fracking. She will end the filibuster in order to implement the Green New Deal and ban fracking. Oh, and she wants to implement the carbon tax. I actually disagree with a lot of pundits out there who refer to Kamala Harris as stupid. I personally don't think she's a stupid person. She may not be the brightest, and she's definitely the queen of the word salad. You know, clearly not articulate off the cuff. But that's a skill. That's not necessarily referring to somebody as stupid. And the problem as I see it right now is she's flip-flopping on all the major issues for a reason. She flip-flops and stumbles because what she really believes is scary. If she told people in the final days of the campaign what she really believed, she would scare the crap out of almost everyone, except maybe the furthest fringe of the left wing of her party. Yikes. I started this series with energy and fracking because we need Pennsylvania. If we win Pennsylvania, we win the election. Now go out and share this with everyone on your social media platforms. Especially share this with family and friends who you think might still be undecided. And help and educate and hopefully encourage them to vote. That's it for today, folks. Remember to join the channel because it really helps the algorithm. Hit that like button, join, comment, and share. Especially today. Share this information with everybody. Remember, everyone wakes up at their own pace and you are not alone. It's our job to help and educate as many people as possible. God bless America, God bless this podcast, and God bless you. Stay frosty, my friends.